guys, Scott here with Trilogy Talk. Welcome to episode 6. Today I've got a couple newcomers in the house. They drove up about an hour and a half to come visit us, to come in studio. I'd like to welcome Lupe Esquivel and Isaiah Esquivel. So how you doing, guys?
Doing good.
So
really good.
Good trip up?
Oh yeah, nice trip, nice weather.
Nice, not boring, open flatland Kansas.
Love it.
So, alright, I brought these guys in-house today to talk to them a little bit about their experiences with disc golf. We've got a father-son combination. Both of them are fairly good disc golfers. Both of them sponsored by Dynamic Discs. Both of them sponsored by Truly Unique. So, kind of that setting your stage, you guys are doing pretty good right now. How did you guys get started? I mean, where did it kind of all start to get to where you're at today?
I'd say it's about 2009. My brothers have been playing quite a bit. And one day they invited me to go out there and play. At first, I had my hesitation, just like anybody else with the new sport or something maybe they're not comfortable with. But I went and I had a lot of fun. And I said, wow, I could see myself doing this. And before you knew it, my very first round was at Jones Park West. Then we took back and we looked at all the steps I had. So that's a double bonus. I had fun and I got some good exercise in at the same time. And I felt myself seeing, I could really do this. This is easy. It's fun. Mm-hmm. I really started playing tournaments in about 2010. I started getting a lot more active in disc golf, just having more fun, meeting new people, learning things off of people. And as 2010, 2011 started coming stronger and stronger, I realized that this is a sport I'd love to pick up. And fairly after, that's when Isaiah came in the picture. A lot of my focus went into him. We had a lot of fun rounds together. Maybe if you want to tell him how it went.
I knew the first time I started throwing a disc, my dad handed me one, and I just started throwing it around, and he started teaching me some rules, and it just came from there. And then
when did you first start playing? You remember what year you first started playing?
He was 8, and you're, 13.
Okay.
So, roughly 5 years ago.
Okay.
It was pretty insane just watching him, seeing him throw maybe 20 feet, 30 feet. And then, remember the very first time on hole 6 at Jones West when he cleared the pond, that was, let's go celebrate with the banana split type of shot. And then now he's clearing 515 feet like nothing. It's pretty insane watching that develop. It's pretty cool.
But just so you know, I reward myself with banana splits when I get a par. Just on a hole.
I'm game for that one.
So, alright, so you guys started in about 5 years ago, 2009. Family kind of got you in there. What a lot of people don't know is in the Emporia area, Esquivel is a big name as far as there are a lot of Esquivels. That are around. It seems like, and I'm saying a lot, there's a few that are out there. So you have a pretty decent sized family there, and how many of them play?
On and off, all 3 of my brothers still play. Bruce is getting very, very active back into it a lot. Mm-hmm. He lives with us, and in our basement we have a basket, and then we start at 10 feet, 15, 20, 25, and we practice quite a bit, and he's really drawn into practicing again with us. And he is just starting to show a lot of great results on the course, at leagues. So actively, there's 3 of us. On and off, there's 5 total.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, it's still a pretty good little crowd. And so, but I remember playing with you. First time I feel like I knew you before, but I feel like where I really met you was Trilogy Opna.
Yeah, I agree.
When we all played on the lead, me, you, David Potts, and I can't remember who the 4th guy was, but we played on that lead card at the Trilogy Opna on that final round. So I think that's the first time I feel like I really met you. And then I've known you just over the years of just playing some of my events, and I think the only time I've actually played with you was at the Lawrence tournament last year. So, which was a good time. I don't think you were as happy. So, alright guys, so you guys started together. So we'll kind of start, I guess, with our first question. Someone else from the boards put it on there. But what was the feeling for each of you the first time you beat one another? So what was the first, how did you feel the first time Isaiah beat you? And how did you feel, Isaiah, the first time you were able to beat your dad?
Go on me.
Go ahead.
All right, so like I said, watching his progress was awesome. Even at leagues, I remember, hey, I'm gonna take Isaiah. You know, I don't, hard faults. I'd love to have him as my team member. You know, he could barely throw 100 feet. A year later, he was throwing so far. People specifically were telling me he needs to start flipping for random doubles. There's no way you two can team up anymore. He's throwing further than all of us right now. And I remember taking him to rounds playing, and I would just get him a lot. And you could tell he had that drive to want to beat me. And the very first time that he beat me, it was an awesome feeling. I said, we're getting somewhere now. You know, all this hard practice and working we've been doing for about a year and a half now is starting to show off. And I loved it. I really did. And now I find myself in the vice versa role. Now I'm trying to beat him. And unless we go to middle school, I don't have a chance. I don't know if you guys ever played the middle school, but you're looking at 220, 230-foot shots. And I can get them on the short game, but on the long game, forget about it. Yeah. But it was awesome.
The first time I remember beating my dad, I knew it was progress. You know, it helped me want to practice a lot more, and he knew that the first time I beat him would be closer to me starting my new tournament. Right? That sounds right.
At the Trilogy Opna?
Yeah, the Trilogy Opna was like my first tournament sanction.
So we honestly didn't even think about doing tournaments. Other people were telling us, how come he isn't doing tournaments? Well, okay, let's try it out.
So were you pretty excited? I mean, was it like was it a sense of accomplishment, or was it more of just like, I beat my dad? You know, kind of more of like a personal trash talking, personal ribbing, so to speak. Was it, like I said, did you feel more like you beat your friend, or was it more like you beat your dad?
Beat my dad.
Yeah. So excellent. So now that you beat him, does he ever beat you anymore?
I know he beat me a couple of times before.
I think he just felt bad for me, so.
Okay, well now you need to, we're going to new seasons. A lot of things have happened in 2018 with the Isaiah. Who are you aiming to beat now?
Eric McCabe.
How close have you gotten there?
Like, one point it was really close, and now it's starting to get away, and it just keeps going back and forth between really close and really far. I mean,
have you ever beat him?
No, not yet.
So you're saying that, you know, like one day you'll get within a couple strokes, and then the next time he just crushes you?
Yeah.
Well, again, you're getting there closer all the time. He's a hard person to beat. You don't get that title.
He's very good.
You know, even not playing a ton. You know, one of the things, I've known Eric for a very long time, since he was just playing amateur in the late 90s. And so I've seen him even progress throughout the years. And it's kind of interesting now to see is he's so involved in course design. He's doing various things with DD. Yeah. He's now recently taken out fishing, you know, kinds of stuff. And he doesn't, I don't think he plays nearly as much as he used to. And I don't think he trains. I think he, you know, in his mind, he's doing things, he's aiming to always be better, to improve, but he definitely has more in his mind than he did in 2010 when he won the World Championships. But he still will go out and shoot lights out.
So today, that's awesome, because today, I was just thinking about it, I had him as a partner at league at Hops and Heisers, and it was amazing to watch him. You could tell that he hasn't got any chance to practice because of all the course design. He had just got back, I believe, from Oklahoma, and it was really cool watching him play. I think it was our first time being partnered up. Yeah. And that was a really good experience. Well,
life changes, you know, everybody, but, you know, it's always, you always can have that thought of, you know, he's now a master's age player, and I'm curious to know what he could have been able to do if he would have kept practicing the way he did in 2010. And I'm very grateful for the life changes he has made, because now we're getting all these great courses, and he's been a big part of DD. You know, so we've all got to embrace those changes that he's made. But from a fan perspective, I've always been curious. You know, in my room here, in my studio, we have my collection, but just immediately to my right, I don't think you can see it on the camera, but there's a bag there, and it is full of nothing but EMAC discs, things that I've collected over the years. So I've been a big fan of Eric since, even just as an amateur. When I was an upcoming amateur trying to catch him back then, and kind of like what you're saying, we went from this to and
Yeah.
I'm still back this far.
No, I agree. I mean, and I asked him, I was like, what was it? That was his first response. And it wasn't that he was local, you know, yeah, he could be the local. But I asked him, what was your reasoning for picking Eric, you know? And he said that he's the best in the port. I really feel like he's really the top guy in the Midwest even.
Okay.
And I feel like if I can compete with him, I can compete with anybody. So he threw his aim really high at Eric. And Eric took it as... I talked to Eric about it earlier, and he felt really honored to be able to have that name with Isaiah being mixed in there.
Okay, so hypothetical question. I'm going to move it even further. You're playing Glassbone Open. The best in the world are there. Eric decides, you know what? I'm not going to play. Who are you aiming to beat? Who's the next pro?
I have no clue. Might be Paul Macbeth then.
Okay, just go to the top.
Yeah.
Honestly, he pushes himself hard, so I can see him, you know, one of these days getting there for sure.
So, well, I think I can speak on behalf of a lot of Trilogy fans that we're very excited just to see what happens in the years with Isaiah. So, you're trying to... Ultimate goal is to beat Eric, but do you have a local friend, someone you compete with that kind of pushes you, that when you go out, that's not your dad, that's not Eric, just somebody that is maybe, I'll say, closer to your age or just in your social circle, that you're always trying to beat that person, you're kind of going back and forth?
Definitely Zach Owens.
Okay.
Well, Zach Owen.
From Lawrence?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They played a couple tournaments together. It goes back and forth, and then at league today, you know, Isaiah really wanted a shot at him, but he couldn't play today. But yeah, it's definitely fun watching them to go ahead. Them guys both throw very far.
Yeah, Zach is very good. A lot of people don't know Zach Owens is from Lawrence. I got to compete with him in our finals for the United States Amateur Match Play in Lawrence last year, and we took it all the way down to the 18th hole, and I was lucky enough to beat him there. But he's, awesome. I think, if we would have played a longer course, he would have gotten me. But I mean, I was able to just throw verdicts and mid ranges and putt, and he was going past the baskets. So it was in my wheelhouse of range. I think a little bit shorter for him. I think we would have went longer. I wouldn't have been able to reach him. He would have. It would have been a different story. But he attends the Lawrence Putting League for the Marksman League, which I've been going to there in Lawrence. So yeah, I can definitely see that competitor there. So all right. So next question is, recently Dynamic Disc put a video out with you called the Dynamic Disc. Was it Dynamic Disc Duel or the Duels?
Yeah.
Right. Who's your partner?
Eric Oakley.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about that. How was that experience? Yeah.
It was a blast. Going out there playing with 3 solid players, and just shooting 18 down, not counting the playoff hole, but just throwing bombs out there, having fun with them was the main thing. Did
you find yourself at all, like, if Eric missed, that you were kind of like, oh, I need to make this, or before, like if you were the first one to throw, that you kind of wanted to have the better shot than Eric? Did you find yourself competing with Eric at all, or were you always just kind of playing more as a teammate?
Teammate.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely teammate.
And who did you play against?
Eric McCabe and Paige Bedrikis.
Okay, so you did beat Eric.
Yeah.
There you go. You didn't think about it. Huh?
Well, no, I just wanted to beat him one-on-one.
One-on-one?
Yeah, singles.
Got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Baby steps. Yeah. 2 world champions. Yeah. You know. So, has that experience done anything for you as far as even the way you look at even just disc golf as a whole? I mean, that was a video that Dee Dee put out. How many views did you say?
Over 46,000 views.
So you had 46,000 views of cool. People who had no idea who Isaiah Esquivel is. Now they do. I mean, does it kind of put even, I don't know, does it put any more in your mind of wanting to be better, or is it just pretty much like, yeah, it was just something fun to do and it really didn't change anything?
It kind of pushed me to do better, to get better each year. That's why I'm trying to like putt 30 minutes a day, so I know I'm for sure getting better at what I do on the course, making it easier for myself, not missing 15-footer easily. Now I can have more confidence that in the off season I actually putted So when I go back to looking at the off season, I knew it just puts more confidence. So.
Yeah.
So is that the first time that you've been filmed like really on camera at a high level, to where you're able to go back and watch yourself?
I think so.
Yeah.
Did you go and watch the video?
Huh?
Did you watch the video?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
We all watched it together. We had a little watch party.
Okay. So then now when you watch this, and when you watch the video, and you see yourself do something maybe not to your expectations, do you cringe? Do you look at it and go, what the heck?
Yeah.
I mean,
definitely.
did you see anything that maybe you didn't even realize that you did during the round? Like, or it kind of more reminded you, like, oh, I totally forgot I missed that putt, or I missed that line, or...
Yeah. It just, you know, it looks at my drive at a different angle and how it looks when people see it. Not when I just first person see it, but when others see it.
Did you learn anything from, like, Eric? Oakley, did he talk to you, give you any pointers or anything?
He definitely helped me through my routes. Like, you know, I could go first, or he's gonna go first. What line I'm gonna do, what line he's gonna do.
So like more confidence. Just go for it.
Yeah.
And if not, you know, he'd back you up.
Yeah.
So one of the things a lot of people may not know about Eric Oakley is, I mean, he's a genuine guy. I mean, just a very nice guy. I mean, I know we all see him on social media. He's kind of goofy, and him and Tina have their videos and they're doing stuff. But even on the course, I think he's very smart on the course, in the way he thinks about it. I actually had the opportunity, it was a year ago, he came up here, we played Heritage Park, we're on a hole, and of course he's known for the felon, and we're talking about felons, and we're on this hole. It's a tunnel hole with an elevated basket, and he's throwing a felon. And I'm like, man, how are you keeping it straight that long? It's just, it doesn't seem like it should be able to stay that straight that long. And he looks, I show him my felon, and he's like, just do it. Just try it. I did, I parked it.
Oh,
put it right underneath with the felon.
That's
and
good.
But it was a shot of, I mean, the hole's not very long. The hole's like 280 feet, but it's a tunnel, low tunnel, so you got to keep it low. Normally I'm throwing like a convict or something there because I'm trying to keep it straighter. But I never really thought about throwing something that overstable on something straight. And he had the confidence in knowing the way that flight was that when he told me about it, I just never thought about it. But what I really appreciated about Eric there that's done since is, don't automatically assume that the flight numbers or a flight of a disc means you can't throw it on a certain style of shot. There's a lot of discs that hook, that have a hard fade from right to left, but you can make them go very straight in the right conditions. You know, you need to know when those conditions are. You know, but that was something I felt that Eric taught me. So when I saw him playing with you, it made me think of that same thing.
I agree, because I know, like Peter Pan on hole 6, it's just a laser straight. You don't really want to skip off too much. And I see Isaiah throwing a criminal with the baby Annie, and he's putting it right next to the basket. I said, how did you do that? That doesn't make sense.
Right, because for most people, that disc's just going to go like that. But yeah, I mean, now the key is learning, trusting the disc and knowing the disc. But sometimes I think it's even trying things you may not have realized. I mean, there's shots that now I'll throw a Justice straighter, you know, and I'll put that Annie on it or something like that, and it'll still come out, but it doesn't have the skip like it does if I throw it flat. But anyways, that was something I felt like I learned from Eric, and I was kind of hoping maybe, you know, same with you, maybe you'd learn. But he's got such a good head on his shoulders as far as how to look at the game, how does the discs fly, things like that. So, right, if you're watching Eric, I need to get you on the show. We need to talk about this kind of stuff.
Oh,
so.
Yeah. He's awesome.
No, I know. He's I've communicated him a little bit briefly about getting on here, so he's definitely one I'd like to get on here. So, all right, so that you said that kind of inspired you doing the duels to get better now for the future year. So we'll kind of take a little step back on the competition, but just kind of inform everybody, what's your plans for 2019? Do you have any tournament plans? Are you going to get outside the area at all? I know last year you got the chance to go to Ledgestone, so that took you out of the area. As of now, are you, I mean, maybe not even set in stone, but are you looking at going outside the area a little bit, or?
Yeah, me and my Uncle Bruce, shout out to him, we're planning on it to go back to Ledgestone and play Open, the Eureka course.
Eureka, yeah.
Yeah, and we're planning on taking my dad here with us too.
Okay. I may be there as well, so.
Doubles. in Texas.
Oh yeah, and the amateur doubles.
Who are you playing that with?
Bruce.
Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, is that where is that? San Saba or?
Texas. I couldn't tell you offhand. We were just looking at it the other day.
Is that one of John Houck's courses?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like his private course, one of his.
I believe so.
Yeah.
I believe so.
I haven't been in years, but it used to be. And I know he's sold, and some things have changed. But he had San Saba, like Circle R, Circle R2.
Yeah, he had some really good designs too. Some really fun courses. I've seen some online on UDisc that I'd really like to go play, try them out.
Okay. What about you, Luke?
For the bigger tournaments, like in Glassblown Open, I honestly didn't want to play. I wanted to kind of just hang out with Isaiah and caddy for him. But I think it makes him nervous still sometimes. So I get it, I understand. So as far as like if anything big out of the Kansas area, I doubt I'll play, but maybe just go and hang out and caddy. And I do know that sometimes he feels comfortable when I'm there, and sometimes he doesn't want me. It's just 50-50. You never know what kind of round he's having. So as far as that, we play a lot of Rob Martin's tournaments. Mm-hmm. Local for sure. We try to support Topeka as well. But other
so
than that,
coming up to Canyon Waco?
Yeah, so I'll be caddying with Isaiah and Bruce.
And I'm running that one.
Up.
So yeah.
We'll definitely be here for that one.
Okay.
It'll be fun.
Which division are you playing in that one?
Open.
Okay. Is that what you're playing? Are you playing Open at GBO?
No, I'm playing Advanced.
Advanced?
Yeah,
okay.
So what we talked about at the end of last year and the beginning of this year is he asked if he really wanted one more shot at Junior Worlds. Mm-hmm. And I said, okay, what about after Junior Worlds we go Open? You know, you play Pro. He goes, let's do it then. He goes, I just want one more crack at the Junior Worlds. And after that, so end of July, August, it'll be Open from here on out for him.
Okay, so that was actually leading into the next. So for your season, you're going to play Junior Worlds. Are you going to play 15 and under again? Or are you going to play 18 and under? I mean, you're eligible for the 15 and under. And for those who don't know, he turns 14 on Monday.
Yeah.
So he's still 13 years old. So he has the ability to play, but he won the 15 and under in the 2018 Junior Worlds. So what are you going to do in 19? Do you know which Junior Worlds you're playing?
Mm-mm. So, like, we go back and forth. I was like, 15 and under, he has all his friends in there. And that's where he wants to stay and play with his friends. Myself and Eric are trying to push him to go to the 18 and under and see how he does there. We feel like he can be really competitive in that division. In the end, it's going to come to his decision, but I'm hoping he decides to go to the 18 and under.
Sure. But this will be your last Junior Worlds? So I guess, for what it's worth, just from my opinion, you won the 15. If you go to Open the following or right after that, you'll never have the opportunity to get an 18 and under Worlds.
Yeah.
So they're kind of give that opportunity, and not too many players. I mean, who knows what happens in the future? But not too many players have multiple Junior Worlds, but multiple Junior Worlds even in the same division. But just for your resume,
I agree.
so to speak, is be able to say, I won 15 and 18. Or 18 and under. I think that's pretty exciting. So then right after June, so you said August, then you're going to go straight up pro. Mm-hmm. Do you know, Lupe, if he accepts cash now, because I know he's declined cash twice, does that affect Junior Worlds eligibility?
From when I talked to Doug about it, he said yes. As soon as you accept the cash, you become the pro status, and that does affect, even though it's age protected, it does affect the Junior Worlds. That's the biggest reason we've been declining. Okay. Or he's been declining, I should say. It's just to give him that opportunity to have one more chance at it.
Is it hard to decline the money?
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
So I saw the one you tied. You got a last cash to tie. Looks like you would have had $25. But then the one you won,
Mojo.
Yeah, Mojo. And that was against there was only 5 in the field, but that was a solid field. I think there was only one person rated lower than you, if I remember, and everybody else was rated above you. So that was a good win. I actually had it up here. So, do you remember how much that was?
I think it was over $100.
Yeah, it was over.
Because the
second guy got 103.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you beat there. I mean, you were at 955 at the time, and what are you rated now?
964.
Yeah, 964.
Okay, but yeah, there's a 975, a 969, a 968, and then a 937.
High low. I stayed low.
I'm 940. See, so we're still pretty close in that area. So you could probably say it's, 125, 150 bucks. So
Yeah.
You're closing in on.
I know that
200
right
bucks
after
right now.
Worlds at Swope, he would have won that one as well. He ended up beating Advanced by, I believe, 12 strokes for the Swope. It was literally, I think, right after Junior Worlds. That was pretty impressive. We ended up winning an Open.
Yep, I remember that. Oh, it's Cottonwood.
There you go.
Swope,
That's
right?
Swope, yep.
And when you saying Swope here in
Oh
Kansas
yeah,
City,
sorry.
I was like, what? The Swope wasn't even in the ground. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, you came out and you were on fire there for a little while. I mean, right after Worlds there, and
Oh yeah. I remember you talking
Mhm.
about
That was good.
so all right. So got a few events. You're doing Glass Blown Open. You're doing amateur doubles.
Yep.
You're going to go to Ledgestone. Got Junior Worlds. So, all right. So that's kind of the schedule. One of the things that I've seen a lot of people talk about, and what a lot of people don't know about pros in general, is their mindset and their routines. Everybody, when you're looking at it, I played with a gentleman today in our league, Jose Osa,
Mhm.
and he's
Great player.
Yep, and he's a good local player. He's striving to be a good player, and what it kind of reminded me of is, he was at the course, and this is for a league, but he's at the course yesterday.
Yep.
He's looking at the shots. He was out there this morning finding the hard packed grounds because the ground was so soft. I'm sure when you guys played today,
Yeah.
you guys it was soft. So he went looking for where his shots were gonna land, kinds of stuff. He practices, gets to a tournament at least an hour before every tournament. So I've seen a few people post the same question, but it isn't something I've heard a lot. So something I'm actually going to start asking more people as they come through. You're going to be my first. You're kind of my guinea pig of this question. But what's your routine? So when you're preparing for a tournament, you got GBO week coming up. We'll start with the high level. GBO Worlds. At what point are you focused on that, like that specific tournament? I mean, you're putting 30 minutes a day. You're always striving to be better as a whole.
Mhm.
But at what point are you shifting over to be GBO Worlds?
Definitely when I go on the course, I grab like 3 discs that I know is good for the shot, and then I throw the shot, and whatever disc finds out the best for like a couple rounds, I would use it for the tournament. Hopefully it does the same thing in practice. But
Like, I think he's like more or less about a month and a half before a tournament, he gets really focused on the tournament. Like, honestly, right now he's already straight focused for the Monkey Open.
Yep.
And he says 30 minutes, but I've heard that timer get reset several times. I think he's literally about 2 hours of putting. And it's, a lot of people say, well, you don't want to wear yourself out. And I agree, but he doesn't. He wants to putt even longer, and he'll make himself stop. Once he gets in that routine, it's over. So I'd say about a month and a half before a tournament.
Well, the value at 13 years old versus 40 years old.
I agree.
There's a
We were
big
talking
difference
about
between
that
a half
earlier.
hour and 2 hours. Yeah, when I say half hour, I'm done in a half hour.
Yep.
And I'm tired.
I agree.
So at 2 hours, you're still probably ready to go play. You probably still can play like 3-4 rounds a day if you really want.
I think I did 4 rounds a day before.
Yeah. I know that there's times where we went to go play a tournament, 2-rounder, we come back home and he's in the backyard still playing.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to find my ice pack. I'm done.
I like 1 round a day tournaments because 2
Yep.
round a day tournaments are
Those hurt.
just brutal. And I know that second round is going to be tough. So, all right, so a month and a half you're kind of going before. You're finding your discs on your hole. So when you go out and practice, are you playing rounds? Do you find the holes that are, so especially like something like a GBO or Peter Pan, because those are local to you, it's very easy for you to get to those courses.
Mhm.
Are you playing the holes that you have the most difficult with, that you're trying to kind of master, or are you playing a round?
A round.
Okay. Do you keep score
Yes.
when you're playing rounds?
Most of the time I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Totally blanked out what I wanted to say. So now, so those are your bigger tournaments. Those are the ones that you're serious about, that you care about. What about like Canyon Waiko? What about like a local or like a B tier or something you're traveling to? What kind of, are you putting that same thoughts into those tournaments, or are you kind of more of just it is what it is and I'm just gonna go play?
I would definitely, before the round starts, I would actually go walk the course or throw a few holes of the course, and then that it is what it is after that.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
all.
I was gonna say, because like when talking to him and seeing him, he treats every tournament like it's his last opportunity to try getting first. Like he will just figure out the line. I know I've seen him several times throw holes that he repeatedly. I thought, man, that's pretty solid, but he wasn't happy with it. But he literally, he treats every tournament like it's the biggest one of his life. Honestly, I've never seen him back down.
So, do you look online at all, like when you're going for a tournament? So here I have your mojo up on the screen, and say this tournament wasn't starting yet. Do you go on here at all and look at who am I playing against? What are they rated?
Definitely.
Things like that to kind of gauge your competition.
Yeah.
Okay. How much value do you put into those ratings?
Like, I put them in order by rating. I put the people in rating by order. Who's like top to top, and then me, and then.
Okay.
I know
So
he used to like look at him really hard, and I told him I preach to him a lot still today.
Yeah.
If you beat yourself, you beat the field.
Yep.
Compete against you're your own person out there. It's just you and the course.
Yep.
And so like he does still look at the ratings, but at the same time now he's like, no, what do I need to do to get better on each hole type of thing. So now.
And you may have just answered this next question, but if you sort it by rating and you're at the top of that rating, does that put more pressure on you? Do you feel more obligated, or like going in like, you know what, I'm outrating these guys by 10 points, or 20 points. I should win. Or do you go back to what your dad had just said and just said,
Yeah, pretty like I would tell him the ratings, and then he would tell me if you beat yourself.
Honestly, we've never had that. He's never had that problem where there's always somebody better than him. So that is going to be a different aspect in the future. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How are we going to go about that? But then again, maybe when he moves to open, he's always going to, for a while, he'll be the underdog, and But yeah, that'd be a different scenario, honestly.
So, and I know, kind of backing up a little bit with you, Lupe, is you'd kind of said you're spending more time caddying for Isaiah, but he's also kind of getting to the age that you're, like you just talked about GBO, you're trying to back off a little bit, maybe make him a little bit less nervous. Does that open the door for you to play more, or are you just enjoying more of the father role and just sitting back and watching as a spectator?
Oh, I love just watching him throw. I know that does make him nervous, but honestly, God, if I can, I would love to be there as a spectator to kind of help watch. And there's times even playing league where he'll come and ask me a question as a caddy, and that makes me feel really good. So I'd love to be there for him, but it kind of just depends what he wants to do. But if it was my choice, I'd just caddy for him, honestly.
Okay. And I've seen that a lot. A lot of the different players, or various players that I've seen, a lot of them I see at big tournaments. I still get the opportunity to travel to quite a few big tournaments and sometimes even compete in them. Mm-hmm. So I've played with many people on my card that are of youth, and their parents are walking, and they're just all in, gung-ho. And I've got 6 kids, 3 with me and 3 with my wife, and not a single one like disc golf. So I'll never get to experience that. Kind of things. But, the few times I have watched kids play, or people that I have seen grow up over the years, I love to watch Isaiah play. I've been watching him over the last few years. I mean, it's been at least 3 years I can think of that you've at least played some of my events.
Yeah.
Kinds of stuff, if not, longer. But so definitely it's been very exciting to see that growth and I would say from a parent, but even as just a fan, an adult fan, and I know I've watched some of the tournaments that when I'm teeing, I'll just walk over and I kind of watch those throws, and yeah.
I think it makes him nervous when I'm around a lot, because we're completely 2 different style of players. I'm more of the safe, if the birdie's there, take it. If not, don't force it.
Right.
And he's more of the gunslinger, and he watches a lot of Simon Lizotte, Eagle, and sees how they attack, and that's what he's really, really aggressive. I know there was a hole we played where the basket was 20 feet from the water. I said, dude, lay it up. And he slings it, and it goes in the water OB, and he just looks at me. I know.
So it's a 2 or a 4 for you, huh?
Yeah, it's do or die. Every hole is a do or die. Right. I told him when he learns to accept the par, he's going to be a lot better of a player.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, yeah, it's just those are kind of the learning pains type of thing, but you'll get with it. So, all right. Well, it sounds like you got a pretty good year ahead of you. Like I said, I'm excited. I know here in March is the Monkey Island your next tournament.
Canyon Waiko.
Yep.
And then.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was like, I'm running Canyon Waiko. When is Canyon Waiko? So Canyon Waiko. So yeah, I'll be at both. I'm playing Monkey Island too.
Nice.
So, but I'm playing in Masters 40, so I don't have to play against you. You're lucky. So, because those who don't know, I beat him at the Lawrence Open. The only time I've ever played him. So, all right. All right, let's move on a little bit. So in 2019, Dynamic Discs Latitude 64 West Sides, they've released 6 new discs. Have you had the opportunity to play with those?
Yes, I did. I think the first day I got them, I actually went to go outside and go throw them.
All right. So what did you think about the Vandal? We'll start with that one.
I know me and Bruce, we popped it on a hyzer, popped up straight, and then it rode to the right. Oh, no, yeah, rode to the right.
What do you think you'd compare that against?
Longer Maverick.
Okay, I can see that.
Or a Broken Getaway, one of the two.
Yeah. All right. What about the Pioneer?
Pioneer, I want to say, is kind of like a Felon, a longer Felon. I don't know what speed it is. You know what it is?
Not off the top of my head. I know I've done a review on it. I should know, but I don't know off the top of my head.
I want to say it's between
9 or something.
I want to say it's between
10 maybe.
a Felon
Yeah.
and a Criminal.
Okay. Recoil.
Recoil, it's like my Defender, I want to say. That's why I didn't go in my bag this year. But I already have a disc that replaces, is like it, but I don't have it in my bag.
Okay. Gatekeeper.
Gatekeeper, I already had the Verdict. It's kind of like the Verdict, maybe a little more stable. I'm not for sure, but it didn't go in my bag either because I have like the Verdict.
Okay.
So that's fine.
The Guard.
Guard definitely went in my bag. There's a video that came out, I think yesterday, that Danny said his first string putter would be the Warden, second string putter would be the Guard. And that's me too.
Do you agree?
Yesterday, I went to go putt with the Guard, and it just felt nice going in the basket. And
Okay.
it just felt nice in my hand.
You like the deeper style putter then?
Yeah.
Like a deeper Warden?
Yeah.
Okay. And then what about the Keystone?
Keystone is replaced my Prime Warden that we got for the Win the Card
For
GBO.
Okay.
It replaced that.
All right. What about you, Lupe? Did you get a chance to play with any of them, or?
The only one I threw was a Vandal, and instantly fell in love with it.
Okay.
You know, you don't have to have the big arm to get it to ride straight. So I definitely will grab a couple of those. I'm interested in trying the special edition ones out. Other than that, I really haven't had a whole lot of time to practice with the other ones yet.
Yeah, I've played with several of them. The Vandal and the putters I've probably have done the least with. I like the Maverick a lot, so when I was throwing the Vandal, it was similar enough. That wasn't enough difference for me to change. There with the Maverick, I love the Soft Judge.
Yeah.
So I played around with the Guard and the Keystone a little bit. I think they're great. They're going to serve their purpose for the right people. But for me, Team Judge.
Oh man.
What's yours? Team
Warden.
Warden.
All day.
Are you a Warden as well?
Yes, sir.
Those are questions I'm going to have to ask before the guests come over. The Gatekeeper is probably what I'm looking forward to the most. I played around with it a lot yesterday with Derek Wickard. And for me, it's like a beat-up Verdict. So like it's a slightly more overstable EMAC Truth and a beat-up Verdict. I can throw it really straight. It's got a nice fade. Where a newer Verdict, like a Lucid Verdict for me, is will fade out a lot harder. But I have, and what I really liked about it is I have a Bio Verdict that is my go-to disc, and I've had it for years, and I've always been very hesitant to lose it. Because I was like, what am I going to do when I lose it? Because it's 3 years beat. I don't have another level behind it. And I know when I lose it, I'm going to have to beat up something fast. That's what the Gatekeeper, I think, is going to fill in.
Okay, let's try that out then.
I like at least from my throwing style, and I know you're probably closer to my throwing style, at least as far as distance and power, stuff like that. The Pioneer, yeah, it's very phonish. I was actually very surprised we put it up against the Spark too. I don't know if you've ever played the Spark.
Yeah, I did the Spark.
It was very similar to a Spark. We threw it against the Audi and Felon, and I'd say between the Spark and the Felon I felt a little closer. I know some people have compared it to the Audi, but I think it's probably a little closer like the Spark. And then the recoil. The recoil is just, you can crush that
Yeah.
disc. That disc will fly, and yeah, it's got that beat up enforcer, beat up defender flight,
Okay.
but it's it'll stay straighter like a trespass longer.
All right.
It doesn't have if you throw it flat, it'll hold the flat. Where for me, at least like a defender, I almost got to put on a slight anti-line to
Yeah.
keep that straight flight.
Yep, that's where I'm at as well.
So yeah, very excited for those, and I know the Pioneer and the Recoil, both they come out, I believe, in their first run. Nature the week after next, I believe.
I believe so.
So there's everything's starting to hit the market. It's kind of a sign that 2019 season's starting. You know, we just
off to a great start.
Those discs started. We're into February. We got the United States Amateur Match Play just opened up on February 1st to the TDs. Registration opens on the 15th. Are you going to do that, Emporia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in. He's going.
So
He's doing it.
yeah, last year you made it because I run the state section of it, and you went to California or something, right?
Yeah.
And for vacation.
I was kind of bummed out. Well, I kind of was. I kind of wasn't because I gotta meet my family in California.
Right.
But I also had to miss out on amateur match play.
Well, the nice thing is you're young enough that you have. Well, I guess this might be your.
Well, this year I won't go. This year I won't go to California, so I'm
you're
ready.
staying.
Yeah, I was like, unless for some reason all of a sudden you go to open and nothing changes, you know. But yeah, I'm gonna assume that you're gonna bypass all that. But last year, Don Rodriguez took your spot, I believe.
Yeah, he did.
And he made it to the final. He had two, I think.
He's a solid player, yeah.
Yeah, he is a very good player.
Really good.
Maybe he was the one on our Trilogy Opna card. He played with us in Opna.
Yeah, I could see that.
I'm pretty. Yeah, I think it was me, you, maybe. I'm pretty sure David Potts. And I'm pretty positive it was Dom because that's where I met him too. You know, or at least one of the transitioning cards somewhere in there. So all right, I did have. No, that's all the questions that I had for you. So, all right, guys. So now it concludes pretty much everything that we talked about, or that I kind of wanted to get through and get these two guys out so everybody can know who they are. So now it's kind of your guys' time. If you would like to just kind of speak your mind, if you want to just tell the world anything you want, whether it's about sponsors, if anything that you want to talk about. So go ahead, stage is yours.
I'll definitely want to thank all of our sponsors. I'm sponsored by Dynamic Disc, Truly Unique, and Pack Custom Stacks. And those three are amazing, amazing sponsors. Last year I was also with Truly Unique, and Derek's done a really, really good job with the team. And it's been amazing being on that team. Definitely look him up for any of your disc golf needs as well. He makes the team, he makes it fun. You know, a lot of sponsors are just so busy where they can't reach out to you, talk to you, and so he's been amazing. It's going to be really fun playing for him this year, and I can't wait for Isaiah to meet the team, get some more rounds in with the team, and we're truly thankful that he was able to be the first one to reach out to Isaiah and I to put us on the same team, and then Dynamic Disc also followed out and did the same as well, and so did Custom Stacks, and we really appreciate that you guys believe in us, and we really want to do the best we can for you guys in 2019. If you see us out there, come out and talk to us. We're not, I've had so many friend requests, and I apologize if I don't remember your name. There's just so many. It's blowing up, and I know a lot of you guys are watching Isaiah's progress, and we really appreciate it. But, don't ever hesitate to come up and talk to us, introduce yourself. We look forward to seeing everybody out there. And thank you, Scott, for your time.
Yeah, no problem. Got anything you want to say?
Yeah, I want to first thank my sponsors, Dynamic Disc, Well Sacks, Custom Stacks, and Truly Unique. Yeah, when you see them on a course, don't be shy to come up. I'm always free. You can always come up to me. I won't.
You won't bite.
Yeah, I won't bite. I won't bite. I won't say no either.
So, well, I want to thank you guys for making the trip up. Come up here. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed it as well. So we're going to conclude. If you like what we're doing, please like the Facebook page. Please share these videos and please subscribe on YouTube. Until next time, let's share the Trilogy love around. Thank you.